Hey YouTubes, Geoffrey here on Nithroy. I am out for my evening stroll on a cloudy and kind of rainy Monday evening, and yes, I am working on my foot toughness, and yes, it's working. It's only like day 5, but I'm feeling much better already. It's not perfect. I just stepped on a rock, I just stepped on another rock and it really hurt. But for the most part, it is much better than day 1. So my progress so far is keeping me motivated to keep going. And this walk is getting longer and longer, and it's reminding me that I need to figure out video editing because I just stopped like 12 minutes of recording to start over again. So anyway, there are going to be some pauses in this one because I'm not recording this again. Anyway, I wanted to use tonight to talk about something that I've known that I should accept and should just understand. And my grandfather has yet again reminded me that I knew he was right the first time he told me, but Grandpa, you're right. I need to stop intellectualizing. But that's just who I am. I'm an intellectual. I like ideas. I like playing with ideas. I love philosophy. I love deep conversation because I'm an intellectual. That's who I am. And really, from the psychological perspective, using the big 5 personality traits, I score in like the 90th percentile for intellectualism. And that says nothing about my intelligence. Let me first dispel that intelligence does not equal intellect. Someone can be very intellectual and enjoy the big ideas, but not be particularly intelligent. It's the same as I love playing soccer. I very much enjoy it. I'm also terrible at it. I will lose the ball to anyone with any athletic skill, but I still like playing soccer. And I still like playing with big ideas, regardless of what my actual intelligence is. Just wanted to get that out of the way. But I'll use this opportunity to run through the big 5, because it's really interesting that we can break down people's personalities into these big 5 trait areas with some pretty good accuracy at understanding people's preferences and what they might do in the future if we can understand what their big 5 personality trait profile looks like. And those 5 are: number 1, extroversion, how much you like being in social situations. Number 2, agreeableness, how well you get along with people, how much you care for people, how polite you are. Number 3, neuroticism, how much you're affected by anxiety. Are you paralyzed by stressful situations? Is your mood up and down all over the place? That'll make you more neurotic. Yeah, another rock. And the last 2 are really interesting because they're great predictors at political identification. That number 4, conscientiousness, aligns really well with conservatives, because conscientiousness is really your preference for order in the world. It's how much you like having order in the world, like having systems, structures, hierarchies. You like having explanations for the world. So very conscientious people tend to be very religious. Religion answers the big questions of life. That's what they're craving. They're also very good in the workplace because they like putting things in order. They're very industrious. But they don't like chaos. But on the other side is number 5, openness to experience. Those people do like chaos. They like new experiences. They like things that are unfamiliar. Those people like things that are very aesthetically pleasing. Art and music and dance. Things that kind of are unexpected. They might be really into jazz. And ironically enough, that one actually is very highly correlated with intelligence. But the other side of openness to experience is intellect, is the preference for big ideas. And, well, so you can really determine whether someone's conservative or progressive based on whether or not they're highly conscientious or highly open to experience. Now, of course, not everyone falls into one of those 2 bins. And of course, this is a spectrum, so people can be high in both. And I'm like 80th or 83rd percentile in both of them. So where do I fall on the political spectrum? Psychologists, you nailed it. I fall right in the middle. Dead center centrist, that's pretty much where I fall politically. But that was really a roundabout way of getting to the point that I like intellectualizing things, and I like thinking about things on too deep a level. And when I spend all day with myself, because, you know, we all spend all day with ourselves, I tend to think a lot about myself and start to dig down that rabbit hole of what's in the deep, dark recesses of my psyche. And, man, there's some deep, dark places down there. But I know they're there. Why spend time there when I don't have to? It's just careless. That's not a good idea. So I'm gonna stop doing that. Like, self-reflection is good, but Jesus, you can't take it too far. That's absolutely true. You can take it way too far. And that may or may not have been what drove Friedrich Nietzsche mad. Just spending too much time in those dark places. So I'm gonna stop. Gonna stop doing that, because I kind of came to a realization recently that, you know, we all understand this idea of nihilism, like I talked about yesterday, that when you start examining all of these different moral codes and what can give meaning in your life, and well, there's just a whole buffet of them, and when you see that, you can just say, well, why pick any one? You know, they're all pretty much equal, and they're all equally arbitrary. So why bother with any of them? And really, it's just an excuse to do what we want to do already. I also talked yesterday about this split self idea. Like, we have multiple selves in our heads, and often there's that intellectual self who wants to think about themselves and think about the world and think about, well, this is who I want to be, this is who I am, this conscious self that understands the continuity of your personality. But there's also the present self. There's the experiential self that understands that, yeah, I want to be the kind of person who has tough feet and tough hands. But damn, it hurts. And my feet are cold. I want to go inside. And I'm really not looking forward to waking up in the morning. It's like, God, that sucks. And Jesus, I'd rather just like eat a tasty breakfast at like 8 in the morning and drink my coffee and like not worry about these things, because life's hard. It hurts. I guess that's the benefit of having two selves. One can worry about it, and one can tell yourself that it's worth it. Because even that same guy who went mad thinking about all this stuff, he also said a man with a why can bear any how. So, thanks, Herr Nietzsche, for driving yourself mad digging into the depths. I'll just learn lessons from him, because I don't want to spend any more time in the depths. I just want to walk through the rain and make my feet tough and deal with it. And just do things. I can't say that I'm done intellectualizing. I still like philosophy. I'm not going to stop that, but I got to stop digging into these things. I'm just going to keep walking. Just moving forward. See you guys tomorrow.